Rise and shine. It's time to get the day started with the morning show of record for the Homestead community. It is the Farm2Table Direct Show morning edition. And today's topic 24 foods to stockpile now. And some of those have a shelf life of up to 20 years. And good morning, everyone. Good morning, Wild Huckleberry. Robbie, good to see you in. First thing this morning. I don't know if you woke up to a winter wonderland, but we have definitely got it here. So good to be with you all again, especially my morning crew that's going to be popping in here. Is it live or is it Memorex? Well, great news today. It is live. And as I said, we are in the frozen tundra of Western Arkansas. Uh, I haven't been out with the measuring stick, but it's looking like at least a couple of inches. It's a little bit. It looks like a little bit of frozen mix, kind of buried in there with it as well. I did feel it crunch under my feet when I went out and fed the dog this morning, but let her out for a bit. But anyway, speaking of weather, good morning, Rebecca. Touched my arm. Sorry about that. Hey, good morning, David. Glad to see you in this morning. Uh, I hope it's safe out there where you're at. I know you may have work. Good morning, Scotty. Glad to see you in this morning. Yep, there's that morning crew starting to pop in. Uh, but I hope David, if you're out on patrol, I hope things are going safe for you this morning out there. Hope it's not too terrible. But anyway, speaking of weather, let's check in with Dyer Family Farm for the Redneck Weather Report.
Well, good morning, Rednecks. It is 5 degrees, February the 19th, 2025. Got a 20-mile-an-hour north wind making it feel like it's negative 17 degrees. And our high is 18 today. Look over my shoulder, y'all. It's frozen up around here. God bless y'all. We'll see.
Yeah, it's looks like the west out there, and I know. Yes, one 1 degree out. David, let's see, David, I'm gonna share that right there. 1 degree out. Yeah, I looked at mine out there over there a while ago, and it showed. Good. Let's see, where are we at? Had that pulled up a while ago. Yeah, showing 9 degrees feels like -2 where I'm at. So, and it's going to drop to 8 here in about the next hour. So yeah, it's quite the. Hey, good morning, Troy Sutton. See you up there. Seeing all them popping in. All of y'all guys, glad to see y'all this morning. I hope y'all are. Rebecca said she's at 1 degree right now. Uh, yeah, so I tell you what, boy, y'all are all saying hi to each other, moving faster than I can keep up. But anyway, yeah, it's at 1 degree right now. Yeah, 15, real feel of one. Boy, that's a terrible thing when up in the Northeast, up there in Massachusetts, is warmer than we are down here in the South. That lets you know things are upside down. But anyway, yes, it fell yesterday. Was going last night when we were doing the show last night. It has stopped as of right now, but it's definitely done its work. I know my wife's work was canceled already today. I don't know if mine's going to be, but I don't think I'm making it in. I don't think I can get off my mountain today. I may be wrong. We may try it when the sun gets up and everything gets light, but I'm not anticipating going to work today. So that means get to be here at the house, maybe take care of some honeydews, cook some breakfast, that kind of thing. Enjoy a day. But anyway, I want to thank Jack for his crazy redneck weather report, getting out there in that crazy temperature. But notice it didn't last long. He moved pretty quick. But anyway, let's jump right on in. Let's get this party started, as they say. Time for today's reality smackdown. Oh, I got to share this before we go. Yes, of course, we're the hot spots. 21 feels like 10. Yeah, yeah. Something about being down there on that southeastern corner. Down there in the warmer stuff. But that's okay. Don't complain about it. Enjoy it. I'm glad for you. Um, but anyway, hope all of y'all. Well, I know most of y'all were in for the show last night. Several of y'all were. Uh, anyway, good show last night. If you missed it, go check that video out. we break down some stuff in dealing with food and why your choice of food matters. It was a good episode last night. Many of y'all were in there. Appreciate those comments. But anyway, let's move it on into today's reality smackdown. The Doge, good old Doge, uncovers a budget line item issue that made $4.7 trillion in government payments almost impossible to trace. It is, yeah, good morning, Melly. Good morning, there, things are working. Yep, that's my sister-in-law there. Uh, Jumping in to say good morning. Yeah, good morning to you. And yeah, David, he is. He's living the high life down there, especially for those of us in the frozen tundra. But anyway, uh, yeah, little block on the forms there, on the paperwork and everything that was optional, which was a tracer code basically. Yeah, $4.7 trillion. Good morning, bro. Glad to see you in with us this morning. Rise and shine, as I said to them. Anyway, so yeah, got to give it to the Doge. Anyway, Native American activist Leonard Peltier released from prison after nearly 50 years. Some felt that controversial, some not. But anyway, it's been done. Uh, U.S. Border Patrol arrested 29,000 migrants, aliens, illegally crossing the Mexican border in January, lowest since May of 2020. Hmm. Who was president in May of 2020? Oh, that's right, Donald J. Trump. Anyway, I did also read a thing from the border czar. I had 229, I believe was the number, 229 encounters on the entire southern border the other day. And that, compared to the high of 11,000 under the Biden era. Lack of border patrol. But anyway, and the border czar said he's been with the border patrol since '84, and that's the lowest number he's ever seen. So hey, you know, I don't know what else they're doing, but whatever it is, it's working. And judge permits Doge to access Department of Education data. Has to do with student loans and that type of thing, and also a few other departments. They're going in the old tech room, not bothering to talk to the bureaucrats. They're going to the techies, getting in. And finally, we'll end this on a sweet note. Beginning February 24th, just a few days away, Oreo will give its new double chocolate cakesters a standing spot in its collection. And then beginning March 3rd, the brand will roll out a new golden birthday cake flavor for a limited time. Bad for you, but yummy. Anyway, that is today's Reality Smackdown. And now, for this day in history, February the 19th. Ooh, let's see what we got up. 1831. First practical U.S. coal-burning locomotive makes first trial run in Pennsylvania. Yeah, didn't take them long to get that whipped out. And 1846, the Texas state government formally installed in Austin. That's right. Then all kinds of crazy stuff. No. Anyway, 1878, Thomas Edison is granted a patent for his cylinder phonograph. And we've been listening to the tunes ever since. Let's see, where are we at here? 1910, Typhoid Mary. Mary Mellon is freed from her first periods of forced isolation and goes on to cause several further outbreaks of typhoid in the New York area. Huh. A little bit of history. I'd heard that term, Typhoid Mary, just never dug into it. Now I got a little history. All right, 1913, something most of us are old enough, I think we're all old enough to remember. First prize inserted into a Cracker Jack box. Everybody remembers getting the prize out of the Cracker Jack box. 1942, sad day in history. FDR orders detention and internment of all West Coast Japanese Americans. Terrible, terrible thing. 1968, children's educational TV program Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood debuts on NET, now PBS. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Great, taught kids manners and all kind of imagination and all kinds of things for years. And sadly, a good thing, but sad, in 2001, an Oklahoma City bombing museum dedicated at the Oklahoma City National Memorial. Those who remember the bombing, and I believe that was 94. But anyway, if you've never been up to it, if you ever go to Oklahoma City and get a chance to go to the memorial, you know, do that. Yeah, good morning, Joy Phil Jedi. Uh, sorry, no Paul Case today, so no peas and carrots. So that is this day in history for February 19th. And now let's move on into today's topic. 24 foods to stockpile now, some with a shelf life of up to 20 years. And this is an article from Tamara White with Homestead How To. But we're going to go through this, and so I wanted to give credit where it was due there for that, so we don't get in no trouble for all that stuff. But anyway, let's get on into this. A well-stocked pantry brings peace of mind, helping you prepare meals without worrying about running out of essentials. By keeping foods with long shelf lives, you can easily plan meals and put together nourishing dishes, even when fresh ingredients are unavailable. Many of these staples can form the base of satisfying meals, offering flexibility and reliability in your kitchen. And here are 24 essential foods with impressive shelf lives, perfect for building a stockpile you can count on for years. So we shall see. Number one, such a sweet place to start, honey. That's right, pure honey. Now, mind you, these are in no particular order of merit. You might, if you write these down or if you pull them down, you might put them in a different order if you want to prioritize them. But anyway, that's a disclaimer there. Honey. Pure honey has an incredible shelf life due to its natural sugars, low moisture content, effectively inhibit microbial growth. It effectively never spoils. Just make sure to keep it properly sealed and stored to preserve it. Honey don't last that long in my house. Good morning there, Cody, Shane, Cody. Glad that you're up and at it this morning. I know you ain't going nowhere, but you're up and joining us. All right, number two, oats. Oats, O-A-T-S, oats. Oats are a great addition to any stockpile and can last years, even past expiration. They're easy to use in many ways, from quick plain meal to convenient overnight oats. For a simple snack, mix oats with peanut butter or add them to smoothies or yogurt for extra nutrition. You can even combine oats with nuts and dried fruit for a quick homemade trail mix. Yummy. And let's see. Oh my goodness. Here we go. All right. Where are we at? Number three. Now, this one is an absolute must. You got to have this on hand. And that is salt. Used for centuries as a preservative, salt can last indefinitely, maintain its flavor and preserving properties. Salt. I recommend, I think Bro recommends Redmond sea salt. And anyway, salt. Got to have it. And, there's different kinds of salts. We use sea salt quite a bit. Tend to like that. I know Bro likes to use Redmond Ag's salt. Comes off those old salt things there. But anyway, got to have it. It's a necessary must, especially in a stockpile. Number four, another sweet spot, sugar. Like salt, sugar can last indefinitely due to its inability to support microbial growth and low moisture content. So, goes good in a lot of other things. And, now there's pure cane sugar, and there's that sugar, and there's all those things, but gotta have it. Here's one, white rice. Yes, good old rice. Rice and beans, beans and rice. Stored properly, white rice can last for decades due to its low moisture content. And it does, goes with a lot of other meals, kind of helps things up. It's a versatile use all in a lot of things. So rice was number five. Number six, dried beans. Dried beans are a staple in long-term food storage. Stored in a cool, dry place, they can last for years without losing their nutritional value. And it is a must for stockpiling, as it can create several meals as well. Like I said, rice and beans, beans and rice. Might not, just good stuff. You got to have them in anything. Dried lentils. That's number seven. Like most dried beans, lentils do not spoil. Kept dried, cool, stored properly, and they offer a source of protein. Can be a great addition to many dishes. Now, that's number seven. Now, number eight, it's more of a staple. It's less of a food, more of a staple. Used as a thickening agent, cornstarch. Number eight, cornstarch. Used as a thickening agent, can last indefinitely if kept dry and cool. Now, number nine here is a little bit questionable. I'm not endorsing this per se, but some people say have it as a barter, medicinal purposes only, whatever. But number 9 on the list was liquor. Yes, that's right, liquor. Spirits like vodka, whiskey, and rum can last indefinitely. Their high alcohol content prevents spoilage. Like I said, medicinal purposes only. Do not endorse these things. But to each their own. Not judging if you do. Just say. Now, number 10. Now, this one goes a long ways to a lot of other things, and that is apple cider vinegar. With its acidic nature, vinegar remains stable and does not lose its potency over time. All right, moving right along. Is from sour, I think it is. I'm not a vinegar person. Down to number 11. Oh, maple syrup. That's right, maple syrup. If unopened and stored in a cool place, pure maple syrup can last indefinitely in the pantry. And it's pretty sweet on pancakes too, and waffles, other things. But anyway, uh, y'all got some funnies going on over there. But anyway, let's see. Now, number 12. Now, this one could be vital to the survival of everybody involved, especially if it's in a desperate situation where you can't get to the store, and that is instant coffee. Freeze-dried instant coffee can last for decades if stored in an airtight container at room temperature. Now, what you're hearing a lot throughout there is stored, how it's stored, whether it's in airtight containers, cool, dry place. So storage is key. But anyway, gotta have. Hey, good morning, Greg, Donna. Glad to see you at Duncan Family Farms. Uh, so next, if you don't like coffee, well, then this next one's just as important. Tea. Dried tea leaves, whether loose or in bags, can last for years without losing their flavor if kept away from moisture and light. Uh, Anyway, number 14, very important, and it's perfect. Powdered milk, a staple in emergency preparedness kits. Powdered milk can last for years when stored correctly. Not as good as the real deal, but it gets you by in a pinch. Uh, Good thing to keep in the larder in the pantry. Number 15, super important, baking soda. Not just for baking, baking soda also be used for cleaning and deodorizing. Virtually never expires when stored in a sealed container. Again, more about that storage. It's all important. And number 16, we're moving on. Dried pasta is a must for pantries, as it can last for years when kept in a cool, dry location. Okay, storage is key. Where it's kept, what kind of container it's kept in, those types of things. Number 17, now this is good for their prep. This is another staple. Bouillon cubes. Used to add flavor to dishes, these cubes can last indefinitely if kept dry. Put in a little bit of hot water. You can have you some beef bouillon, maybe a little bit of beef stew. And number 18, we're moving right along through here, going pretty good this morning. Cocoa powder, another sweet treat. Unopened cocoa powder can last indefinitely, making it perfect for baking and beverage making anytime. Yeah, nothing like a good cup of homemade hot cocoa. Uh, Goes pretty good. We did that at Thanksgiving, I think it was, or Christmas. Oh, well, our sister came in from Texas and did a big old thing of it a couple of years ago. Pretty tasty treat. Pretty tasty treat. Now this next one, number 19, I guess, depends on what you like to eat. But hey, it is there, and it does store, and that is dried seaweed. Used commonly in Asian cuisine, dried seaweed can last indefinitely if kept in a dry, cool place. Number 20. Now, number 20, this is good for stocking and this is good for stockpiling. Um, it's not the best, but as far as regular daily diet, but if you're doing it from a stockpile thing, uh, and that is canned foods. Says while not literally never expiring, canned goods can last for years past their best by dates if in good condition and properly stored. Moisture's got to stay away from those cans. Start rusting. That's no good. Uh, I would also say if you got deep freezer space, if you got the ability to keep things cold, uh, frozen vegetables, I'd give that over. I mean, if you can't get fresh, frozen, or canned, that gets into another thing, whether you want to use canning and preserving methods like dehydration or freeze drying, etc. But anyway, number 21, gotta have a little something in life. Mustard. Commercially bottled mustard can last indefinitely due to its acidity and natural preservatives. Number 22, very, very important to all those people out there that like to cook, and that is dried spices. Spices are staples in flavoring dishes. Kept in a cool and dry place, they can retain their taste and potency for years, and they make things taste good. So definitely, get your dried spices. Dried fruits. Many fruits are high in sugar and low in moisture, which helps preserve them for extended periods when stored properly in airtight containers. And that makes for a tasty treat down the road too. And rounding out the 24, dark chocolate. Got to finish it on a. Okay, sometimes it could be bitter or sweet, but dark chocolate with a low moisture content, high levels of antioxidants. Dark chocolate is good for several years if stored properly away from heat and light. And that is our top 24 right there. That is the list. What I will say about that, the list may vary. There's maybe on that list of things, there may be some that you don't like, maybe some that don't meet your particular flavor, if you will, or you don't think it's a good idea. And that's okay. You can take things like this and make it your own. But what I would say is this right here, having a well-stocked pantry and a well-stocked larder when times come is absolutely essential, much like I talked about stockpiling. With the cans, you can do a rotational thing, the expiration dates and that type of stuff if you're going to use canned goods. That way you never run up against it. But the best way, of course, is to have it stocked, use it, and just continually restock it. Keep it going. But that's that. Like I said, some of the items on the list may be important to you, maybe not. And that's just the nature of lists. But anyway, that was the list. What about ketchup? Now ketchup is one of those things I don't think it lasts a long time. It's got a shelf life once it's opened for sure. It's got to be refrigerated. But I don't know, Cody. Didn't make the list. Yeah, I grew up on chocolate. My nephew had asked, "What about ketchup?" And I said, "That's a good question. I don't know. It wasn't on the list, man. I don't know. Maybe that's number 25. I don't know." But anyway, and bro put on there, grew up on chocolate gravy. Yes, our mom could make chocolate gravy, hands down, no doubt about it. She could. And we had plenty of it with some biscuits and chocolate gravy. I wouldn't even touch white gravy for years. Uh, but if it was chocolate gravy, that's all about it, just like a typical kid. But later on now, I'm, uh, yeah, now I like it. Yep, mustard was on the list. And so it's good for it, put it on a lot of different things. You can make a lot of things with mustard. So anyway, like I said, take that list, do with it what you will. It's just there as a one person, compiled list. They're people, and but the yeah, yeah, her name is Amen to chocolate gravy. uh, but anyway, and yeah, this one here, that's right. If you don't like something on the list, it could always be a good bartering tool, particularly number 9. That one definitely, but also other things as well. Um, it kind of goes into when it comes to prepping and stockpiling and stuff. It goes into better to have and not need than to need and not have. And so, pick your own choices on that. Just information to put out there. Uh, Great. I would hate to be so hungry I had to eat seaweed. Yeah, that'd be pretty rough if that was just eat. But it goes great uh, with some other stuff. And like I said, a lot of Asian cuisine does have it in there, particularly some of the rolls and stuff like that. But yeah, I feel your pain, Greg. Uh, but anyway, yes, chocolate gravy is awesome. But anyway, so moving right along as we've rounded that list out, like I said, take it for what it is. It's just a list. Uh, we'll be coming up with more things like that as the shows go on. But anyway, tip of the day. All right, now this is important. I didn't see Tracy in this morning. She might be busy. She might not be up yet. I don't know. But anyway, tip of the day. Here it goes. If you tell someone you will do something, do it. That way, you keep your word, and everyone will know that your word means something. And that's a tip out there I can get behind. It gets back to the old values, the old ways of a man's word as his bond. Uh, I think we do well to get back to that. to where our word is our bond, and a handshake means something. Hey, good morning, Todd. Glad to see you in there, farming this way. I'm assuming it's Todd or Robin, one of the two. But either way, good morning to see you in there. But you know, those are things we've lost, and it's a sad statement on culture that a person's word used to mean something. I mean, when they gave a commitment to something, they were going to come through with it. And like I said, a handshake used to mean something. Used to. That was a done deal if there was a handshake on it, and so let's get back to that. But anyway, so I will repeat it one more time. If you tell something you will do, if you tell someone you will do something, do it. That way you keep your word, and everyone will know that your word means something. So there you go. That is the tip of the day. Oh man, I tell you what, I don't know what I'm doing today here. I mean, as far as this is the easy part. Let's see. Try to see if I've got to go to work tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah. I don't know. Nope. Hadn't got any word. Just a bunch of people talking about they ain't coming, basically, which is putting me in that category as well. Sorry about that. Took a little pause in the middle to look at my phone, work thing, seeing if we were having work yet. But anyway, so let's move right along, getting into upcoming events. February 21st and 22nd, Homesteaders of Iowa Expo 2025 in Bridgeview Center, Ottawa, Iowa. Our good friend Monty Shrump, the Suburban Sodbuster, is going to be there at that one. Go check Monty's channel out. I like that, Scotty. Honor what comes out of your mouth. That's right. Something my dad told me was, boy, if you tell somebody you're going to do something, don't, if you put your word on it, you come through with it, even if it hurts, just makes, which he was cautioning me to be careful what I committed to. Good morning, Teresa Jukowitz. Glad to see you in this morning. But what he was teaching me there was to be cautious about what I promised, or cautious about committing to something, and that if I did, that I better follow through with it. And so anyway, that was that. All right, picking back up. Boston Mountain Homesteading Workshop, March 1st, Chester, Arkansas. My backyard right there on a Saturday. Wow. I can't even count the days up. What is days? It's the 19th. So I guess that would be, let me see, 30, say 20, and 9. Is that 29? Let me see, 8, 29 days and a wake up. 29 days and a wake up, yes. And that would be for Okie Homestead Expo, March 21st, 22nd. Okie Homestead Expo, Mays County Fairground, Pryor, Oklahoma. Tickets on sale now, $50 2-day pass. Many of us are going to be there. Some are volunteering. Some of us are, doing our thing, doing what we do at the Farm2Table Direct Show. We're going to be there, and all of our regalia, full crew showing up. So looking forward to that. And yeah, 29 days, bro. 29 days. Anyway, the following weekend, Arkansas Homesteading Conference, March 29th. Cleveland County Fairgrounds, Rising, Arkansas. $20 for adults and 17 and under free. That's a growing event out there in out there in Arkansas. And let's see, April 12th, New Beginnings Homestead Expo, Nowata, Oklahoma. That's going to be there, I'm assuming back at the church there, New Beginnings Church. Keith and I are, and let's see, I've been asked to speak at that. Good morning, Joy Bartlett. Glad to see you in this morning. Keith and I have been asked to speak there at that event. And I know Dwayne Hall is going to be there. And let me see, I'm sure, I think Stuart and Ashley Klaus from Restoration Farms, I believe, will be there. I know last year we had Bridget Nichols from Pharmacy Farm2Table. Not sure she's going to be there yet. And let's see. Shindig Ozark Living Expo, April 25th and 26th, Newton County Fair and Rodeo, Jasper, Arkansas. that same weekend, the Homestead Conference, Waco, Texas, April 25th to 26th. Adults 99, kids 3 to 17, 13. If you're in the Texas area, if you're going down there, if you're not tied up on other things, which you might be, that's going to be a big conference. I know Joel Salatin and the list of speakers is pretty big down there. That's a first year conference, but seems like they're really putting on a good one. Anyway, so that's that. But for a lot of people here in this crew, 10 Killer YouTube Meetup, April 25th, 26th, 27th, Lake 10 Killer, Oklahoma, at the Cherokee Landing. It's near Tahlequah, Oklahoma. You can send questions or RSVP to 10killeryt@gmail.com. That is, let's see if we can get this to you. I couldn't do it yesterday because just the way my thing was, because I was Memorex yesterday, and so I couldn't do this. I didn't figure out how. Anyway, there it is. That's the link right there. And to that, if you're planning on going or got questions, you can send anything to that Gmail right there. Or you can go on to Facebook to 10 Killer YouTube Meetup, find that page and like that. Anyway, so like I said, yeah, Greg put yay 10 Killer. A lot of people going to be there at that one. As I've said before, I got a granddaughter that's due to be delivered somewhere around that time frame, so that's really kind of got my plans messed up for that. But might be able to make it up for one of the days. I'd like to. I missed last year and hated that, but we'll see. And let's see, you plan to be in Rising at the Arkansas Homestead Expo. I'm trying to work it out. We'll see that back-to-back weekends. We'll see how that works out. But that being a one day on a Saturday might be able to get done. But anyway, okay, and let's moving forward. Homestead Festival at Hardison Mills near Columbia, Tennessee. I don't believe that's very far from you, Joey. It might be a good one to check out. It's June 6th and 7th. It's on Roy Feek's place. $75 general admission, kids 6 to 17, $25. That one is, it is, it's a big one. That's like a huge attendance. They've got a lot going on there and a pretty good speaker lineup as well. In fact, a great one. Moving forward, Ozark Homestead Expo, Marshfield, Missouri, September 5th and 6th. That's another great one right there. General admission, $50 for a 2-day pass. Kids 13 to 17 or $15. 12 and under free, but must have a ticket. Another great one there. The lineup is great. I did know that she added not only Chef Joel Salatin and the Dougherty's back, but she's also added John Moody to this year's lineup, along with plenty of others, and it is definitely a good time, worth going. And of course, our very own Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous at the Southeast Expo Center, McAllister, Oklahoma, September 26th to 27th, $15. Keith and I will be there. I'll be speaking and presenting, and then several others, and many of some who are in our regular chat groups and stuff, like Jack Dyer. Several others are going to be there. I think David and Holly are going to be there this year. Again this year. David and Holly Lacey from Glory Hills Homestead. I know Brian DeShazo from Okie Farm and Hatchery. There's just so many. That thing is coming together really nicely this year. And finally, Homesteaders of America Conference 2025 from Royal, Virginia, October 10th and 11th. I do believe they still have tickets, but man, they're running out. They're getting low. But anyway, that is our upcoming events over the next several months. And as we get more and learn more, and yes, Greg, that is absolutely right. Lots of great opportunities to get out and hear people, to meet people, to see vendors, to learn, to go out and hang out with a lot of great people. And there's so many that we don't even get to go down the list of people that are at these things. The list is usually so long as far as presenters and speakers and things like that. But it is an awesome opportunity. So anyway, folks, that is a wrap for today on the Farm2Table Direct Show Morning Edition. Thanks, as always, for joining us as we explore headlines, stories, or, going over things that, might help us out now and in the future. If you enjoyed today's show, don't forget to hit that like button, give it a big thumbs up. And share it with your friends. Tell somebody. Invite a friend. Phone a friend, as they used to say on the old trivia show. Subscribe to our channels on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Rumble. It is the best way to stay connected, help grow our conversations about food, farming, and community. It is great to see you all in the chat this morning. I appreciate you all very, very much. Glad y'all are all up with me this morning. Hope you all stay warm. Hope you all stay dry. If you have to get out, if you're in some of this weather and you have to get out, please be careful and only do it if it's absolutely necessary. So until next time, keep your roots deep, your vision growing. Good food starts with great people, just like y'all. And remember, as it's in the chat already, 3 times, hashtag, we are stronger together. Be a blessing to someone today. And folks, we will see you all on the other side. It was great hanging out with you today. Look forward to seeing you all tomorrow morning. We will get tomorrow I'll try to remember to get the show topic out for next Tuesday's live at 7 p.m. With Bro and I on the Farm2Table Direct Show. But I will be back tomorrow morning, back with another episode of the Farm2Table Direct Show Morning Edition. As I said, be a blessing to everybody. Be safe, and we're going to hand this over to Hank to get us on out.
No humans were harmed in the production of this podcast.